Welcome back to the Final K. It is the third and final Ardennes Classic, as well as the fourth and oldest monument in cycling. It is the 112th edition of Liege Bastogne Liege. In this video, I'm going to give a preview of the race, as well as a few riders to keep an eye out on, and I'm also going to give my prediction as well. As always, I'm going to be live for this race on Sunday, so if you want to come and watch along, by all means, come and join me. Don't forget to subscribe as well, just in case you do miss it, but let's get straight into the video. So this is the race here. It is 259.5 kilometers long and is the longest edition since 2014. You can also see it doesn't have as many categorized climbs as Amstel, and it doesn't have the final climb up to the finish like Flèche Wallonne. But when they do climb on this, they climb, because 7 out of the 11 climbs at this have an average of over 7.5%. You can also see along the bottom of your screen all of the climbs in which they're going to have to do at this race, and the steepest climb in which they hit 177 kilometers into the race is the Côte de Stockeux, if that is how you pronounce it, but it is 1 kilometer long and has an average of 12.5%. They hit the top of the final climb 246 kilometers into the race, so there's 13 kilometers left, and that climb is going to be the Côte de la Roche au Faucon. It's 1.3 kilometers long and has an average of 11%. So with my really basic preview out of the way, let's have a look at some of my riders to watch, with the defending champion, as you can see, Tadej Pogačar, returning to this race, but I will get on to him in a minute. Now, before I get on to my main riders to watch, I want to give my honourable mentions first. So the first rider is going to be Giulio Ciccone of Little Trek. Now, the main reason I do have him in this is because he got second at this race last year after beating Ben Healy in a sprint for second. Himself and Ben Healy, as well as Pogačar, obviously, but they were the only riders able to keep a gap on the peloton and hold them away as they all took the podium spots. Now, he hasn't raced since the Volta Catalunya, in which he did take the KOM jersey at, and I must admit it was a very interesting battle between him and Marc Soler for the KOM jersey. But apart from that, he went to the Tirreno Adriatico as well. That was his first race of the season, in which he picked up 6th in GC, as well as 3 top 10s and 2 top 5s. So it's going to be like 3 weeks to a month since he last competed in a race, and we don't really have much to go off this season, but his second place last season gives him enough to get onto my honourable mentions list. Honourable mention number 2 is Van Sevenen at Quick-Step. Now, he got 6th at this race 2 years ago and picked up 35th at this race last year, but I mean, he was working for Evenepoel at the time, and Evenepoel didn't have the best of races, but he wasn't able to focus on himself. He still did finish higher than Evenepoel at that race as well. So he knows what it takes in order to finish in the top 10 at Liege Bastogne Liege, and he also picked up a 7th place at Amstel Gold there last Sunday, so he is coming into this race with a lot of confidence. He's also done pretty well at the other one-day races he's attended at this season, with 9th at the Muscat Classic, 10th at Trofeo, and 15th at Strada, but he does seem to shine in the Ardennes Classic, so don't count him out. And the final honourable mention is Axel Laurence of Ineos, who did finish 8th in this race last year. However, he has been on fire so far this season for Ineos. He didn't have the best result at Amstel, as he was working for both Gudon and Vauquelin, and then he didn't have the best result at Flèche Wallonne, as he pulled out his inner Chris Froome as he was sprinting up the road after a mechanical. But like I said, with his brilliant start to the season this year, and also his 8th place last year, he knows what it takes to be in the top 10, and I also think he does have a good sprint on him. So if it does come to, where the Liege Bastogne Liege, you've got maybe 1 or 2, up to 4 riders that do break away, and then you've got the peloton coming in behind them, I think he could maybe finish 5th, or I think if it does come to a peloton sprint at the end, he'll definitely be in the top 10. But you never know. If it does come to a full bunch sprint at the end, which I think is highly unlikely, but you never know, he does have a good sprint on him, in which he could potentially finish in first. I also just want to mention Tom Pidcock, who was a big doubt for this race, as he did miss Amstel and Flèche Wallonne, but he is back on the bike, and he is racing at the Tour of the Alps in order to find some form for the Liege Bastogne Liege this Sunday. And it does look like he is finding a bit of form, with getting 2nd in stage 1. He won stage 3, and he just got another top 10 there, finishing 7th in stage 4. Now, it is a big ask going from the Tour of the Alps to winning Liege Bastogne Liege, and I'm not really expecting much from him at this race, but it is still good to see him at this race, and it's still good to see him doing well in order to prepare for this race after his knee injury. As for my main riders at this year's Liege Bastogne Liege, I'm sure you can guess exactly what riders it is going to be, as I have got Tadej Pogačar, Remco Evenepoel, and Paul Sexas. Tadej Pogačar is Tadej Pogačar, and he's most likely going to go on to win this race, and every time he's in one of my videos, I don't know what to say about him, and I'm running out of things to say about him, but the only thing I can say about him is that if he does go on to win this race, he will then go in the joint 2nd for most wins of all time, alongside Valverde and Moreno Argentin. Remco, on the other hand, he is a 2-time winner of this race, and if he wins it again this year, he's going to move up in the joint 2nd alongside Tadej Pogačar. But last week there, he did ride the Amstel Gold Race and go on to win it, which was very good to see. He was meant to ride Le Flèche Wallonne as well, but he dropped it in order to prepare for Liege Bastogne Liege this Sunday. The only other one-day race he has participated in this year is the Tour of Flanders, in which he got 3rd in, and I thought he was absolutely unreal in it. Almost catching Tadej Pogačar and Mathieu van der Poel, but Pogacar put in that bit of acceleration, which some people did say there was a motorbike in front of him when he did do it. But I mean, I'm not saying anything. But with that third place at the Tour of Flanders and his impressive win at the Amstel Gold Race, I'm just hoping he is able to stay with Pogacar if Pogacar does attack. And finally, the new kid on the block, Paul Sexas, who, I mean, yesterday there rode in the Flesh Wallon and won it with ease. And he was, I mean, he's like turning into Pogacar for me. I'm running out of things to say about him because I speak about him all the time. But Fawn Ardèche Classic, he won it as well with ease, attacking from a way out and dropping Jorgensen on the final climb. And then in the Strade Bianche is the only other time he has raced Tadej Pogacar this season, in which Tadej Pogacar got the best off him on the Monte Santa Maria, dropping him on the gravel climb, as Paul Sexas was the only one able to bridge across and try and catch him. But I mean, Pogacar was too much at the end. But still picking up second in that race and dropping Del Toro on the final climb, it was really impressive at the time. And I mean, he went under the Itzulia Basque Country, won 3 out of 6 stages, and then he won the Flesh Wallon there. And I mean, he is going into this race on fire form. And we've got Tadej Pogacar, Evenepoel and Sexas. The best scenario I can think of is Tadej Pogacar launches, Evenepoel and Sexas both follow, and the three of them go as a group of 3 to the final 1 kilometer, and they both sprint for the victory. I couldn't think of it going any better than that. As for my prediction for this race, now I am not going to go for Tadej Pogacar for this one. I know, massive shock, wow. For my prediction, I'm actually going to go for Remco Evenepoel to win this. I don't know why, I just think he looked really good in Amstel Gold, and he looked unreal in the Tour of Flanders, and he almost caught Tadej Pogacar and Van der Poel in the Tour of Flanders, but that was like a hilly cobble race. This is Liege Bastogne Liege. He knows how to win it. He's won it twice already. And I don't know, I can see him beating Pogacar. I know a lot of people probably think I'm crazy. Like, Tadej Pogacar, if it does come down to a sprint, I think Remco Evenepoel will beat him in a sprint. Like, I don't know if Remco Evenepoel will attack him and drop him. I think it's just I think it's going to be Evenepoel hold the wheel and hold Pogacar's wheel until the end and beat him in a sprint. I think that's the only way Evenepoel's going to win this race. As for Sexas, I mean, I'm hoping for a podium for him. I would love to see him get a podium. It just builds that extra bit of stature for himself. Will he beat Pogacar? I don't know. I don't think so. Will he beat Remco? That's a possibility. It still is. Pogacar and Sexas could both go off on their own and drop Remco. You never know. We're going to have to wait until Sunday, but I think Remco's going to get it. I do. I don't know why I think he's going to get it, but I just think I think Remco Evenepoel is going to win the 2026 Liege Bastogne Liege. So that's my quick preview and a handful of riders to watch at this year's Liege Bastogne Liege, as well as my prediction for the race. I'm buzzing for it. I can't wait to Sunday, and I can't wait to see these 3 guys up against each other. I don't really care who wins, to be honest, as long as it is a good race at the end of the day. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video. We have hit over 350 subscribers as of the recording of this video, so the support is still great, and we're inching closer day by day to the first Grand Tour on this channel, the Giro d'Italia, which I'm so excited for. Also, don't forget, I am going to be live for this race on Sunday, so if you want to come and join me, by all means come and join me. But that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching The Final K, and all the best.